Hey, if you want to know what the best MSP lead generation strategies are for pretty much every budget, then this is your video. My name is Louis. I've done this a gazillion times. I'm the founder of MSP Launchpad. We are a lead generation specialist for MSPs exclusively. So I know what I'm talking about, and I'm just going to give you the facts. Let's jump right in. Draw stuff. Okay, so starter MSPs. This is ST, stands for starter. And then here we have MSPs that already have some traction. Don't worry, we're going to also assign a numeral value to this. Then we're going to have the MSPs that already have target market fit. And then we have the MSPs that are going to dominate, right? So, but of course, what you're really wondering is, what does this look like in terms of advertising budgets? So this is kind of like if you have 0 to 500 a month available. Right, this is nothing, by the way, in terms of marketing budgets. So 0 to 500 in terms of monthly advertising spends that you have available. MSPs that have some traction, 500 to 5,000 advertising spend per month available. Then MSPs that have target market fits from 5,000 to roughly 25,000. And then MSPs that are really ready to dominate over 25,000. Most MSPs are going to be in one of these first three categories, and then domination is really for the larger ones. So where should you be spending your money at 0 to 500? Look, at 0 to 500 bucks, you're really just starting out, right? So the first thing you do is you milk your network as much as you possibly can. So you're going to go through friends and family, and you're going to sell whatever you can to whoever you can at whatever rate you can, right? So you're going to go to them and get all that stuff sorted. Then you're going to go to BNI, you're going to go to Chamber of Commerce, you're going to go to those events. And basically your 0 to 500 bucks is drinking money at this stage in time, right? One of the other things you also have to take care of straight away is get your local SEO set up so people know that you are a business that exists in the local market. This is how people find restaurants, it's how they find mechanics, it's how they find lawyers, it's how they find you. You need to have local SEO set up. It's free for a basic setup, and this will keep evolving over time, but this is a staple for any local service business, right? So this is where you start, and that will absorb your money. This is basically drinking money, but it also goes to education. All right, so let's summarize that. Friends and family, that's what you start with. You're going to go to the Chamber of Commerce, the BNI, and you're going to get your local SEO set up. This is the main thing that's going to drive net new logos, right? So this will actually drive inbound leads, provided you have enough testimonials, etc. You do the setup correctly, but you can figure this out, and it's pretty much free. So just do that, and then spend your physical human time, because right now you don't have cash. So you need to use your own human labor in order to generate leads, and you do that by basically physically networking, right? Not surprising, because you don't have money, so you need to apply your body and other free methods. This is a must-have, and all these things can scale into future networks. Local SEO keeps running forever and becomes increasingly important. At some point, of course, you'll stop using friends and family, Chamber of Commerce, BNI, because you just get too busy. This will keep churning out leads forever, so you start with that. Okay, so now we're kind of like reaching the traction phase. You got some customers, right? Your local SEO is churning out some leads slowly over time, but we want to crank that up. We want to crank that up. We want to get more leads, right? So what do? You've got to learn how to market, right? I think that's people are like, oh, I'm going to outsource my lead generation. It's a little bit silly. As the entrepreneur, don't you want to know how to grow your business? Seems important, right? So you want to learn how to generate leads for your MSP, and you want to start taking control of something. So you want to run your own website hosting. You want to maybe start doing some of your own SEO. You maybe want to start dabbling into Facebook ads. And certainly you want to start turning on your remarketing, because that is really cheap, right? So let's start writing some things down on our little sheet and discuss this, right? So the first thing that you want to do is you want to learn, and you want to DIY marketing. right? So what you're going to be doing is you're going to be spending some resources of that 500 to 5,000. You're going to be spending it on SaaS and other tools to do SEO, to host your website, to also run some remarketing ads, which is basically following people around with banners, right? After they've visited your website, I'm just going to go remarketing. This will literally cost you like maximum $150 a month, almost irregardless of how large your MSP gets. So this is dirt cheap. You definitely want to do this. Then you also want to start throwing some shared events so you can go to your existing customers and ask them, hey, who wants to do a shared event where both of you invite your customers, you have drinks together, and you give each other referrals. And then also, if you are social and you're entrepreneurial and charismatic, then you can start dabbling a little bit in your own things like Facebook ads, normally FB, right? Facebook ads. So this, I don't always recommend this because this is really dependent on the charisma of the founder, but this is what I personally would do as a marketer. So you got to DIY this. This is your DIY phase. Here you're going to learn how to market yourself, because otherwise, when you outsource the larger amounts, you have no idea what's going on and whether or not they're doing a good job. So here you need to spend a few days, weeks, heck, however long it takes you, but you need to figure out exactly how lead generation works, because otherwise it's unlikely to happen for you. The owner needs to know how to grow the business. And this money then goes to, again, it goes to SaaS, it goes to remarketing, it goes to investing in DIY learning programs, it goes to throwing shared events, the champagne for your customers and their customers, and you can start dabbling in Facebook ads and other cheap forms of advertisement. Plus, you'll probably want to update your local SEO profile with better photo shoots and other kinds of ongoing local SEO content. This is stuff that you'll figure out once you get into the DIY. All right, pretty sweet. So this is what you do at this stage. Now let's talk about when you have target market fit. Look, when you have target market fit, you'll get good lead flow already. Now you know how to generate your own leads. Your local SEO is churning out leads, maybe a little bit of Facebook, maybe a little bit of SEO is already starting to work. And now you have some capital that you want to spend and you want to scale this. Right? So the only way that you can do that is if you have a really good offer and people like it and they come to you and they buy it, right? So at this stage, you already have some lead flow. Now you want to start reinvesting. So that means that you have some social credibility. You can go to vendors and strike deals with them. So some of the software maybe of your clients, hardware manufacturers of your clients, depending on which industries that you're in, whoever you feel you could be a strategic partner for, that you can reduce their labor off and in return get referrals for them. So that's a great way of going about it. Then also you want to start advertising with paid ads. So Google ads, LinkedIn ads, other forms of ads. So let's discuss. All right, the vendor partnerships and then ads, right? Being Google, continuing Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. I personally am a big fan of Google ads. If your local SEO is now fully blasted with enough reviews, then you can get into Google Map Pack ads, which are going to be crazy effective if your local SEO profile is the best in the local area, which at this point, it should be and will be if you've taken your DIY step seriously. And then maybe at this point, if you have 5,000 to 25,000 a month and you already know how to do this yourself, you can decide to outsource, right? So you can start outsourcing your SEO tasks. So now you can outsource your SEO, you can outsource your ads, and you can get people who just have the time, the capability, the assets necessary to do this really efficiently. You can give it to them because now you can monitor and you understand what the relationship should be like and could be like if they operate at maximum potential. And this is a power play because now you know what to do, so you can make sure that they do what they have to do. And that means that you can have an outsourcing marketing relationship that actually works. And that is what you really want. Okay, so that will take you all the way up to like 25,000. And I would say that 15 to 20,000 of this is budget that goes to paid ads, because paid ads at this point is just the quickest bang for buck. You have a sales funnel that you can put cash in, get customers out of. And this is kind of like a dream scenario, but most MSPs, they don't really get here because they start working with marketing partners who then lose enthusiasm on their accounts. right? So at some point they get another bigger account and they stop caring about you. And that's why it's so important to, one, choose the right partner, but two, also, again, know how to do this yourself so you can keep monitoring and keep people accountable. Domination time. What if you have more than $25,000 a month available to put into advertising? Well, at this point, you're going to outsource or you have an internal team doing everything. You're definitely not touching this anymore because you're way too busy, but you understand how it works, which is excellent. So at this point, most of your capital is going to go to Google Ads, but at this point, your website also has enough authority with Google that you can start going heavy on the SEO and actually get results with it. The thing with SEO is that at the beginning stages, you can get clicks, but they won't really convert because you're getting traffic that doesn't have high conversion intent. But as you build up more trust, you can start building articles and create content that not only supply clicks, but also conversion intent. And that is really when you can just grow to massive proportions and 8-figure, multi-8-figure, not valuation, but years of revenue. So what does that mean? That means that now we're going to be spending over 25,000 and you can allocate this as you want, but you would I'm talking about spending more than 15K on SEO a month, right? This is really where you can do very, very powerful work and start conquering states and just turn your MSP into an absolute behemoth. Now, mind you that certain companies, spend upwards of 100, 200K a month on Google Ads and have great success, right? So it really is up to you here. So when you're a behemoth, you're going to already have 4, 5, 6 local SEO profiles in multiple cities, all completely farming leads for free in those areas because you have the most reviews, the most attractive profile, you have target market fit, you have a really good offer. So you have lots of free lead flow already, and then you scale that with paid ads. So that comes pretty quickly, comes at about 20, 25K a month. Great success. So at this point, all the dreams start coming true, right? Lots of incoming, really high quality leads. Okay, so when you're starting out and you're below $500 a month, it's basically just spending money. You're going to social events and you're going to network and you're going to learn how to do sales. You're going to learn how to close deals, but you're also going to set up your local SEO already, even if it's not perfect, right? It's just getting your feet wet in the real world of digital marketing. Then you start getting some clients and you want to move on to the traction stage, and you always want to keep reinvesting. And it's really important that you learn how to do marketing here. Otherwise, you'd really struggle to just gain the right levels of efficiency here if you outsource everything to really expensive labor and you don't know what the heck's going on. Right? So you want to learn how to manage here yourself, and you want to use this money to put it in marketing SaaS, to put it into remarketing, to put it in some shared events, to get your feet wet when it comes to advertising, Facebook. I mean, Google Ads is a little bit expensive at this point, but you would want to get through this phase also already getting lots of leads from your local SEO, right? So you want to keep reinvesting in your local SEO, which remains relevant all over. But maybe when you're at this stage, you want to add maybe extra local SEO profiles in other cities. And this is a really, really popular way of getting lots of lead flow for MSPs. So when you have target market fit, that's when also you can start working on vendor partnerships. Of course, they don't want to partner up with just anyone. You have to be good. You need to have target market fit. You need to have a certain reputation. So you would work on that. They will send you additional leads. And this is really where you want to start dialing in your Google Ads. You want to keep working on your SEO. You want to, at this point, maybe start outsourcing some of these things now that you know how to do it, right? And you want to keep working on your SEO, local SEO, etc. This will get you to your 25K a month mark just in marketing budget. And at this point, you just start scaling. You keep it's funny, but you keep repeating the same trick just in multiple cities. So you keep building more local SEO profiles. You keep hooking in more landing pages that you drive traffic to. And that's really how it is. Like, it's not overly complicated. It's just learning how to do one thing and keep replicating a working system across cities. It's just that while you do this, Google recognizes that you're a badass. They're going to increase a metric called DA, domain authority. That will then allow you to get better SEO content live, and that will bring in more free leads. So that's pretty much it. I hope this was valuable to you. This is the playbook for MSPs. If you are somewhere here or here or here and you're missing previous steps, then work on them because you want to have all of these in place before you move on to the next level. This is how I see everyone scale. This is also how I would organize it if it was my MSP. Okay, good luck. I hope this was useful to you, and I'll see you in the next video.